Hey everybody, welcome back to the Scentitar Fragrance channel. Thank you so much for being here today. My name is Benjamin and I review fragrances, colognes, perfumes, and all things scent related. So thank you so much for being here today. If you're new to my channel, a big welcome to you. You're very welcome here. And if you're a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. So today we got to talk about another fantastic fragrance, another fragrance option. I love bringing new fragrances to y'all. Fragrances that have very few reviews, very few people talk about them or know about them. I just love doing that, and I love other fragrance reviewers who do the same, like Tom Elise and a number of others, like Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. I mean, Sebastian over there, he's doing a remarkable job, so shout out to them. We definitely got to talk about this fragrance. It's called Hermann by Etat Libre d'Orange. That's my best attempt at French. It's the best I can do. But Hermann, let's talk about it. First off, we'll talk about the smell and the composition. Then we'll talk about the projection longevity, then the complement factor, and lastly the price. Just like how we like to do it here at the Scentitar Fragrance channel. So first off, what you're going to get out of this fragrance has somewhat of a similarity or a similar feel to Terre d'Hermès. Now, it's not completely like Terre d'Hermès. If you're familiar with Dunhill Icon, it's actually a little bit more similar to that, but there's definitely differences. So you are going to get a little bit of that green vibe. A very light green vibe, very modern, kind of airy. You're going to get this very airy kind of white patchouli, kind of a raw white patchouli. This isn't aged, this isn't dark, this doesn't really smell classy or sophisticated. This definitely isn't leaning on the, the resinous or the animalic side of patchouli. No way. This is actually smells almost like tonka, and I wouldn't be amazed if there is a little bit of unsweetened tonka in this fragrance. Overall, this is kind of a light, airy patchouli fragrance. But again, you're definitely getting a little bit of a play with some vetiver in this fragrance. It has a similar feel to Dunhill Icon. There's definitely a little bit of freshness. Definitely doesn't have the lemon that Dunhill Icon has in the opening, but it still is a very enjoyable fragrance. It's a very nice kind of professional fragrance. If you absolutely love fragrances like Grey Vetiver by Tom Ford, this is one of those kinds of fragrances. This is very professional. This is very clean and sophisticated, but yet it's approachable and wearable. It's not too mature or too gentlemanly that's going to be off-putting, but it still is a fragrance that kind of demands respect. And I like fragrances like that. This fragrance definitely leans more on the clean side of things. Again, it's kind of hard to explain, but it's a clean, soft vetiver fragrance, again with almost that tonka and kind of that airy patchouli kind of vibe going on. It's very nice. It does have a little bit of greenness to it. And again, if you really hate powdery fragrances or absolutely allergic to them, I would rate this as kind of like a medium. This isn't a lot of powder, and it's not just a tiny bit. It's just kind of in the middle. But it's not particularly powdery. Again, it's airy, it's lifted up, and it's a little bit more on the aromatic side of things. So overall, it's a nice smell. It's kind of a simple smell, but it definitely gets the job done. So with projection longevity, this on my skin is about a 6 or a 7 hour fragrance. It sometimes trails on a little bit longer than that as a skin scent, but the projection is a little bit on the weak side. I guess I could say it's average, maybe a little bit below average. It's definitely not a poor performing fragrance, but it's definitely not it's not a good performing fragrance. But overall, in a business environment, in a professional environment, for somebody who's more reserved, wants a fragrance that's a little bit more on the inoffensive side or the safe side of things, this is definitely a good option. So if you like Terre d'Hermès or like Dunhill Icon and felt that you wanted something more reserved or very safe for the office environment, this is going to be a great option for you, no doubt about it. When I first ordered this fragrance, I didn't know what it was really about. I had Googled it, and when I smelled it, I knew that this was a fantastic office fragrance. So with the compliment factor, this isn't a mass appealing aquatic, and this isn't a date, a great kind of sensual sweet fragrance. So compliment factor wise, this fragrance just did okay. It can boost your mood, it can boost how you feel about yourself, and definitely improve your image with those close around you, smelling very confident and clean, and yet soft and kind of a sensible kind of fragrance. So it's not bad, but it's not a compliment beast by any means. I've gotten very few compliments with this fragrance, and honestly, y'all know I love my Terre d'Hermes Eau Trace Fresh, and that projects much better and performs better. But overall, again, a very nice, sensible fragrance. So with the price, Etat Libre de Orange are actually kind of a really good niche house just to step into. Again, if you're a big niche aficionado, their fragrances aren't the most natural, but they do have not only some really interesting and avant-garde fragrances, but they have some fragrances that are very good and very kind of mass appealing, but still have some character to them. Just like I need to do a review of Remarkable People, I love that fragrance. I adore that fragrance. So this one is definitely a good option for you guys who love business appropriate, professional, gentlemanly vetiver fragrances that smell confident, mature, refined. That's definitely coming to mind with this kind of fragrance. And again, with the price, I just kind of went on a tangent, but it's about $90 or so. You can find a lot of Etat Libre de Orange fragrances around the $100 mark for a full-size bottle. So check out Lucky Scent. I know that this is the kind of fragrance that's not going to be easily accessible to you. Even if you go to find a boutique, and even if you live in a larger city, you might not be able to find this kind of fragrance. So go to Lucky Scent, get a sample if you're very interested in this fragrance. Check it out. Let me know what you think about it. I would love to know if you love this fragrance, if you wear this fragrance, what you think about it. I do have to say, again, with a final score, I would probably give this a 6.5 out of 10. I respect the fragrance. I appreciate it for what it is. Gray Vetiver is more mature and more of a kind of a serious fragrance, but a lot of gentlemen who are older simply love that fragrance. It's a really good professional fragrance. For the younger crowd, Terre d'Hermes Eau Trace Fresh, you're definitely going to get more performance out of something like the original Terre d'Hermes. And I feel like Dunhill Icon kind of fits what this fragrance is trying to accomplish already, and will do the job. But again, this is a little bit more soft, a little bit more refined, so it might be an option for you. So all of those fragrances are fantastic for a gentleman, for somebody who's trying to, smell and come across sophisticated, mature, perhaps a little bit reserved. Those are fantastic fragrances, definitely very good fragrances. And this one, this should get a little bit of attention, should get a little bit of respect. I think the perfumer did a good job, and I think the composition is well blended. So thank y'all so much for being here. Those are my final thoughts of Hermann, and I really enjoyed coming across this fragrance and paying for it, ordering it. And again, this is a decant from Scentbird, and I'll include a link below. If you're a first-time buyer, you'll get a free fragrance, and I will get a free fragrance. So if you want to support me, you can even request a fragrance so I can test out even more fragrances. I can bring more fragrance reviews to you guys and gals. But thank y'all so much for being here. This has been my final thoughts. This has been my review. And thank y'all so much for being here. If you've stuck around to the end, please give me a like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another episode of the Scentitar Fragrance channel. So thank y'all so much for being here today. Thank you so much for supporting me. Y'all make this channel a success. I feel like the fragrance community is coming closer together, and I simply love that. So thank y'all so much for being here. I'll see y'all next time. This has been the Scentitar Fragrance channel. I'll see ya, and bye.